Sai's advice to Grihasthas. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Sri Saraswate Namaha. Om Sri Sainathaya Namaha. Let us begin with the topic of the day, Sai's advice to Grihasthas. In essence, Grihasthas are the ones who are leading a married life. In the chapters 10 and 15 of Sai's Satcharitra, Baba said that he is the servant of all his devotees and could be found in everybody's hearts. When my master is your servant, I am also your servant. It is my humble prayer to accept my pranams. Our ancestors have given us many guidelines for good moral conduct towards building a healthy society around us. I would like to place before you some of the principles as given in the Manusmriti. Now let us listen to Sloka 1 and 2 of Manusmriti dealing with Grihastha Dharma.
Yadha vayum samhasritya sarve jivanti jantavaha tadha grihasthamasritya vartanta itarasramaha. Yatha nadi nada sarve sagare yanti samsthitim tathaiva asraminas sarve grihasthe yanti samsitim.
All living species of life take support of Vayu, the air, which is one of the 5 basic elements of the universe. Other categories of living life and human beings therefore depend on each other for fulfillment of their basic needs. Different stages in human life as classified in Manusmriti are Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa Ashrama. Different sections of people passing through other 3 stages depend on Grihasthas to continue their livelihood and performance of daily rituals. In short, society is something like water from different canals and rivers, merging in the sea of humanity. Grihasthas form the foundation on which humanity is built. Further in Manusmriti, it is said in the Sloka 3,
Atithau tishtati dwari Hyapo grunati yo naraha Aposhanam surapanam annam gomamsa bhakshanam. It
would be a sin to eat food keeping a guest waiting in our premises. In such a case, the Upasana amounts to Surapanam. Upasana means the ritual performed before commencing to eat food, and Surapanam is consumption of liquors and eating cow's meat. Both are forbidden as per our Shastras. Now in Sloka 4,
Agnihotram gruham kshetram garbhinim vruddha balakau Rikta hastena nopeyat Rajanam daivatam gurum.
We should never go empty-handed when we are visiting a king, friend's house, pregnant woman, elders, children, temple and guru. At least a flower or a fruit should be carried to offer them. In Sloka 5,
Navai swayam tadasniyat Atidhim annabhojayet Dhanyam yashasyam ayushyam Swargam chatidhi pujanam.
Any foodstuff not served to guests should not be taken by the head of the family. It is said that God will be pleased with a Grihastha observing these principles shall be blessed with name, fame. In Sloka 6,
अलाभेन विषादी स्यात् लाभे चैव न हर्षयेत् प्राणयात्रिकमात्रः स्यात् मात्रा स्पर्शात् विनिर्गतः.
a Gruhastha should not repent for whatever is not there with him, and should not be elated by what is possessed over and above others. He should not anticipate any gain for the good done to others. He should face both happiness and difficulties with the same zeal and vigor, without any attachments. In Sloka 7,
तृणानि भूमिरुदकं वाक्चतुर्थी च सूनृता एतान्यपि सतां गेहे नोच्छिद्यन्ते कदाचन.
at times, head of the family may not have anything to offer to a guest. He should at least offer him shelter, speak good words, and serve him with a glass of water and fulfill his Gruhastha dharma. In Sloka 8,
ऋणानुबन्धरूपेण पशुपत्नी सुतालयाः ऋणक्षये क्षयं यान्ति का तत्र परिदेवना.
cattle, domestic animals, wife and children come to us as a result of unfulfilled obligations from our previous janmas. They part with us once debt is cleared. Therefore, an intelligent Gruhastha should not give much importance to them and treat them just as passing events. In Sloka 9,
परोपकाराय फलन्ति वृक्षाः परोपकाराय वहन्ति नद्यः परोपकाराय चरन्ति गावः परोपकारार्थम् इदं शरीरम्.
trees give us fruits, cows give us milk, and flowing rivers supply us water for drinking. They all are discharging their duties solely doing for the benefit of others. In the same way, physical body should be used in service of others. Now coming to Sri Sai Satcharitra, the responsibilities of a married man towards his dependents, responsibilities of children towards their parents, and duties of a wife towards her husband are well defined. The main aim of this discourse is to know about the norms of social and moral conduct that helps to build a healthy society around us. In chapter 1 of Sai Satcharitra, Baba had told us that a housewife should not aspire for others' possessions. While grinding wheat in Dwarkamai, Baba said to those ladies, "O ladies, have you gone mad? Whose property is that you are trying to take away?" Baba addressed the ladies as they have finished grinding wheat and were distributing the flour among themselves. A lady will have full rights on the property gifted to her by way of Stridhan by her parents. This is told in the chapter 47 of Sai Satcharitra. A lady may give away her wealth for a noble cause like building a temple, of course, with the consent of her husband. It means to say that in those days itself, Baba had foreseen that financial freedom is required for a woman. A woman after her marriage should not forget her parents. This is told in chapter 12 of Sai Satcharitra. Nimonkar's wife wanted to visit her parents in Belapur, but her husband granted her permission to stay only for a day. Baba interfered and advised her that she should stay for 4 days, visit all the relatives, and come back to Shirdi. A wife should complete all the good deeds started by her late husband. We can draw conclusion to this statement from chapter 6 of Sai Satcharitra. Amir Shakkar used to perform Chandanotsav in Dwarka Mai on the evening of Sri Ramanavami. After death of Amir Shakkar, his wife with Baba's blessings continued the practice. We can find in the original Marathi version of Sai Satcharitra by Hemant Pant regarding conduct of a housewife. However, we may not find about it in Sai Satcharitra translated in English by Sri Vasudeva Ganuji and Sri Patti Narayan Rao in Telugu. In the chapter 13 of Sai Satcharitra, Baba appeared as a teacher in the dream of Bhimaji Patil suffering from TB and asked him to recite a poem. Baba thrashed him with a cane and made him to recite. The meaning of the poem is, a good housewife while going to others' place should feel like stepping on a snake. She should talk less like a miser, keep her husband happy and in good humor even if they do not have money. Baba thus made Bhimaji Patil to speak out the virtues of a good housewife. A housewife should treat a guest with honor. This is indicated in chapter 35 of Sri Sai Satcharitra. On Nevaskar's annual death ceremony, Mrs. Nevaskar invited about 100 guests for lunch. However, 300 guests arrived for lunch. Nevaskar's daughter-in-law was worried. Nevaskar's wife prayed Baba and then sprinkled Baba's udi on the food. Later she had her daughter-in-law served all the 300 guests. Towards the end, food was still left. A housewife should serve food to the hungry, be it a person or an animal. In chapter 42 of Sai Satcharitra, Baba asked Lakshmi Bai to get some bread as he was feeling hungry. Later he served it to a street dog. Upon questioning by Lakshmi Bai, he said that even a dog feels the same hunger just as we all do feel. Baba said, feeding the hungry amounts to feeding me. In this way, Baba had highlighted the responsibility of a housewife towards those feeling hungry. In married life, the responsibility of a housewife would be more towards her children. When kids are suffering, naturally, mother should pray God for their welfare. As examples, I quote the following incidents from Sai Satcharitra. Shyama suffered due to ill health in the childhood. His mother vowed to goddess of Saptasringi of Vani and prayed for his recovery. A mother, the wife of a blacksmith, prayed for Baba's health as her child was accidentally dropped into the fire. Harishchandra Pitale's wife pleaded Baba to cure her son from epilepsy. Babu Tendulkar's mother came to Shirdi and prayed Baba to bless her son so that he passes out the medical examination course. Lakshmi Khapade's son was suffering from plague and she prayed Baba to cure her son. Baba himself suffered the plague and showed her the bubonic under his armpits. He assured her that her son would be cured soon. Here Baba had gone a step further and took the suffering on himself and granted quick relief to Lakshmi Khapade's son. In chapter 3 of Sai Satcharitra, it is narrated as to how a mother should take care of her children. Sai assumed the role of a mother. Only a mother knows when her child is hungry and how much to feed. She takes pleasure in dressing them to have the best. However, the child does not know all about this. In the same way, Sai Mata takes care of all his devotees as per the individual needs. In chapter 33 of Sai Satcharitra, the responsibility of a housewife is again indicated. Baba said that anybody standing before your door with a begging bowl at noon hour should be attended in a suitable manner as per your capabilities. Let us refer to the incident narrated in the chapter 33 of Sai Satcharitra. Appa Sahib Kulkarni's wife at the noon hour offered a dakshina of 1 rupee to a fakir resembling Sai and informed her husband on his arrival. He later went on searching for the fakir and gave further dakshina of rupees 10. So far we have only dealt with housewife's responsibilities. In Sai Satcharitra, even husband's responsibilities are conveyed. A man should not develop too much attachment towards his wife. We can understand this conclusion from chapter 27 of Sai Satcharitra. Khapadde was Baratla, well-known lawyer from Amravati and member of Delhi Bar Council. He was a good orator and a well-to-do man, but he was deeply in love with his wife. The couple visited Shirdi to have Baba's darshan. Baba gave permission for Khapadde to leave Shirdi after 4 months, whereas Khapadde's wife was permitted to leave Shirdi after 7 months. Later, Khapadde's wife died before him. Baba told Khapadde that one should treat his wife with respect and treat her as a friend while practicing detachment. In a similar way, he also advocated that a man should not opt for renunciation while his wife was alive. If it is inevitable, it has to be with her permission. This is told in chapter 43 and 44 of Sai Satcharitra. Bapu Sahib Jog was a PWD supervisor. He came to Shirdi in the year 1909 and was offering Aarti to Baba and worshipped him regularly. He wanted to opt for sannyas. Baba disagreed and asked him to wait for some more time. After 3 months, Jog's wife passed away. Baba then granted sannyas to Jog. Therefore, it is clear that a husband should not take up sannyas without his wife's permission. He may, however, take to sannyas after the death of his wife. One should keep away from extramarital affairs. In chapter 49 of Sri Sai Satcharitra, we come across this event. It happened with Nana Sahib Chandorkar. A devotee came from Bijapur along with his family to have darshan of Baba. The lady lifted her veil and touched Baba's feet. Nana, seated by the side of Baba, wavered on seeing the beautiful face of the woman. Baba realized the situation and gently hit with his satka and advised Nana not to be disturbed. Baba told, "Do not allow bad thoughts to creep in your mind." Thus Baba advised his devotees to keep away from the lust for other women. Again, Baba emphasized the need to get rid of greed for money and lust for other women. In chapter 14 of Sri Sai Satcharitra, Baba said that 2 things come in the way of our spiritual progress. One is woman and other one is the greed for money. To test whether his devotees are free from these 2 bad qualities, Baba used to send them to Radha Krishna Mai's house. Then he used to ask for dakshina twice or even thrice a day. In my opinion, wife is like sugar candy. When we already have one with us in the house, why run after another one? I feel that extra sugar will only lead us to more sugar in the body than what the body can tolerate and finally lead to diabetic condition. After getting married, it would be the responsibility of the husband to earn money and look after the welfare of the family. It is narrated in chapter 26 of Sai Satcharitra. Let us look into Gopal Narayan Ambedkar's story. He resigned from government service after completion of 10 years. Later he spent all his savings. On exhausting everything, he came to Shirdi and sought Baba's help. Baba kept on refusing help for 7 years. He was going through financial difficulties. Unable to face them, he even attempted suicide. Baba intervened to save him only after reminding him of the responsibility towards his family. Baba noticed his interest in astrology and advised him to opt for it as a profession. Later, he practiced astrology, earned good money, and spent the remaining part of his life happily. Thus, Baba underlined the role of the head of the family and how one should conduct for leading a happy life. A husband should respect his wife's words. This we come across in chapter 29 of Sri Sai Satcharitra. Let us look to Madras Bhajan Samaj members. The wife said that she could see Lord Sri Rama in Baba. Her husband, however, insulted her. Baba taught him a good lesson in a dream and conveyed that it was not a good practice to insult one's wife. Now let us see how Baba told us to keep up the vows made at the time of marriage and convert them into actions. In chapter 34 of Sri Sai Satcharitra, Shyama's sister-in-law was suffering from plague. Bapaji, the brother of Shyama, approached Baba and requested for help. Baba appreciated the care Bapaji was showing towards his wife. Baba gave Hudi to Bapaji and sent him away. By this we can know that when wife is sick, the husband should attend on her and extend all the necessary care. So far, we have seen the responsibilities of husband and wife towards each other. Now we will go to the responsibilities of children towards their parents. In chapter 13 of Sri Sai Satcharitra, Dattopant, a native of Harda, was suffering from stomach pain. He submitted to Sai and prayed, Baba, I am not able to bear the pain anymore. I have not caused any harm to anybody. I have not insulted my parents at any time. Baba, why am I suffering from this pain? Please save me. From this incident, we come to know that we should not insult our parents. Pundalika humiliated his parents and he later met his fate. He realized his mistake and later served his parents with utmost care and henceforth came to be popularly known in the story of Panduranga Vithala. We also learn that we should understand our commitment towards our elders and accordingly serve them. It is obligatory on the part of a son to perform the last rites of his parents. The ritual of annual ceremony should be undertaken regularly. In chapter 9 of Sri Sai Satcharitra, Govind Atmaram Mankar in the year 1915 went to Shirdi and there he performed the last rites of his father under the guidance of Baba. In chapter 35 of Sai Satcharitra, in the year 1909, Balaji Navaskar's son performed last rites of his father. In chapter 4 of Sai Satcharitra, Baba corrected and made Bhagavantarao Kshetrasagar to perform the annual ceremony of his late father. We should respect our parents' vows and commitments and work to fulfill them and complete all the good works left incomplete by them. In chapter 40 of Sri Sai Satcharitra, mother has undertaken to worship and vow for the welfare of her children, which was completed only when it was followed by Udyapan. B.V. Dev's mother had undertaken worship for Dev to become a Tahsildar. Later, Dev conducted mass feeding ceremony and fulfilled his mother's vows. When father is ill, the son is duty bound to look after his father. This we come to know from the chapter 34 of Sai Satcharitra. A gentleman from Harda was 80 years old and was suffering from urinary tract problem. His son, instead of leaving him to his fate, approached Sai, took Hudi and mixed it up with water, gave it to his father. The stone in the tract disintegrated and was ejected out. In this way, a son worked towards his father's well-being. Let us discuss the responsibilities of elders towards their children. Children are bound to commit mistakes. Elders should pardon them and should not develop vengeance towards their children. In chapter 35 of Sai Satcharitra, we come across this incident. An elderly person died. To take revenge on his son, he used to appear daily in the dreams of his son and abuse him. Baba understood the problem of the son and gave him the woody and asked him to apply on his forehead before going to sleep. Thus we come to know that elders should bless their children and not curse them. Before closing, I would like to say that elders should invite their grown-up children on festive occasions and keep them happy. In chapter 40 of Sai Satcharitra, Baba tells to Hemad Pant, on the festive day of Holi, he would come to their house in the form of sannyasi. Later, Baba turned up to his house in the form of a photograph, and we all know about it. Here we know that Hemadri Pant invited his 5 daughters, their husbands, grandchildren, son and his wife also. Thus he pleased all his children. In this way, Sai Satcharitra has underlined the Gruhastha Dharma to be followed. We should all follow them and earn the blessings of Lord Sainath. Jai Sai Ram, Jai Sai Ram, Jai Sai Ram.